Okay, these here are some handles that I bought on eBay that said that they are brass. They're obviously very old. It's not focusing on them very well, but yeah, they're obviously very old, but they're not brass because here is a magnet, and as you can see, they stick to the magnet. But they're quite old. I'll just bring it into the light. This one's in better condition than some of them. It looks like it is copper plate, maybe. I can see little bits of copper there. Quite rusty, quite old looking. A lot of them had some paint on them, so I've tried a few different methods of restoring or bringing them back to maybe their former glory. These are all methods that I've seen on eBay. Sorry, not on eBay, on YouTube. Method number one is a mixture of tomato ketchup and just a bit of water. This one has been in there for about an hour, and it's looking better than the one that I had in my hand a second ago, but there's still, as you can see there, bits of paint on that. This other theory is Coca-Cola. That has been in there for about 20 minutes. It's brought out some of the kind of the shiny copper colour, but again the paint's not come off, and I think that might need to be in for quite a bit longer. This here is a solution of white vinegar and bicarbonate of soda, and that's been in for about 15-10 minutes. Now the water's gone a slight kind of greeny colour, and again the paint is still stuck to that one. This solution here is some industrial strength paint stripper that was bought that I had to sign a disclaimer for. So I'm going to try putting one of these, maybe not this one because it doesn't have any paint on it, but I'll put another one of these into that solution to see if it gets rid of the paint and see how long it goes in for. I'm going to do that outside because it is quite smelly. So this handle here was the one that was in the Coke mixture. It had been in there for about 10 minutes, but it was actually the one that had the most amount of paint on it. So I've taken it out of the Coke and I've just swapped the Coke one with another one that didn't have any paint on it. So I'll leave that in there for a few hours and see how it looks, or half an hour, see how it's looking. But I'll keep checking on that one. But this is the one I'm going to try in this industrial strength paint stripper. So I'm going to stick that in there and pour a little bit more on it. There we go. So I will leave that for a bit and then we'll see how it does. It's been about 20 minutes since this thing has been in this industrial strength goo, so I'm just taking it out, if I can grab it, to see if any of the paint has come off. Okay, it's quite hard to tell. Doesn't really look much different, to be honest. That looks a different colour. It's the same. Taking it out of the cleaner, just giving it a little bit of a wash outside with the tap and the hose pipe, so I'll just put it in to give it a little rinse. Oh yeah, the paint's come off. Some of the paint's come off. Give it a little rub with a nail brush. So just to recap, this is a very quick recap here. That, let's bring it to the light. That one is a before. That hasn't had any kind of interference by me, which is probably a good thing. This one is the one that was put outside in the paint stripper that's normally used to strip paint off cars. It's taken off. I don't know if it has or it hasn't, or if it already was like that. But it's taken it back to the steel. I'm guessing it's steel underneath there, so you can see the plate has come off. But I think that was already like that on some of the others. Anyway, I mean, here's the original, and you can see that it's lost a lot of its copper plate on there already. So that was this one, 20 minutes. That was 20 minutes in the paint stripper. Then I took it, it's just in some warm soapy water, gave it a wash in warm soapy water. This here is in ketchup and water. It's been in there for about 40-45 minutes. Let's take a look at that in the light. Yeah, that's what that one looks like. So there's still paint on that there. Let's put that one back in. This is just Coca-Cola, nothing else, just Coca-Cola. That's been in for 40 minutes. That's what that looks like. And this is the solution of vinegar and bicarbonate of soda or baking soda. So there's paint still on that, and it doesn't look like there's much change. So there's not really much difference. If I lay them all side by side. So this one is the vinegar one. That one was the paint stripper. That one was the ketchup. That one is the Coca-Cola, and that one on the left is original. So it looks original. Paint stripper. Tomato sauce. Maybe that one's bringing out the copper. That one definitely looks. Maybe it's the tomato. Coca-Cola. And white vinegar and baking soda. So that's it. I think of all of them, that one's the nicest looking. And that's that stuff.